Okay, let's talk about the fundamentals of data analysis, sum and average, but not just your regular old sum or average that you're used to, where you're clicking multiple cells to do the function. I want you to start using an automated version of this in Sumif or Sumifs with an S, or Averageif or Averageifs with an S. This is all based on how many columns of criteria you have, but it is super great for automating processes in business, like our example over here. So you can do this for a lot of things. Let's say customer acquisition costs. You can do this for sales, commissions, anything like that, where you're keeping a running total, but you don't want to come in here and click, this cell plus this cell plus this cell, and then next month it's plus this cell. So we can automate these things a little bit easier. But first, before we really get into this, I want to talk about the nuance between if versus ifs, because we're going to use these as an example. So I'll start by kind of typing through this, but then we'll talk about these little anecdotal sayings here. In this first box, I want lifetime commissions by department, which means I want any commissions made to be totaled, but only if their department matches the header I have over here. So I'm going to start typing Sumif, and this is where our anecdote below comes in. I know that if I'm using Sumif, if is a real word. So I want my criteria that the if is based off of to go first. So I'm going to use department is equal to sales. So I just type AA, comma, F2. So I'm saying department is equal to sales. I'm just not typing in equal signs. I'm using a column instead. And then I'm going to hit comma, and then the sum comes into play, commissions. I'm going to close out my parentheses, hit enter, and I have that total. Now, if I have multiple criteria, things get a little different. Instead of doing equals sum if, I'm going to add an S to the end saying I have multiple things I want to reference here, which in this case, I want total commissions for the last month only by department. So I'm going to open my parentheses, and this is where, again, the anecdote comes into play. Ifs is not a real word, so it does not get to go until last, which means we're going to do our sum first. So ifs, sum ifs, I want to sum commissions, comma, ifs, my non-word, department, comma, sales, or, so I'm using another comma, so AA equals F9, and, I said or, but I meant and, month is equal to the previous month, which I have in this cell above. You can also type the month out in here with open quotations, month, end quotations. But I'm going to just reference this cell here because I want to be able to quickly change the cell, which will change the formula later on. So I'm going to lock my cell here because as I drag my formula down, I don't want the reference of that last month to move. And I'm going to hit enter, and I can drag my formula down, and I now have this. This is the same as saying, okay, in the sales section, I want last month to be summed. So I would come in here and I'd click these three, and I would sum that and it'd be 14,300, which is the same as right there. But now, if I come in here and change this next month to February, then it would automate and automatically pull those because my list doesn't go through February, it comes back as zeros. Perfect. So that is the anecdote here. If is a real word, so it goes first. Ifs is not a real word, so it goes last. So let's try it with average, which is very similar. This time I want the average commissions by department. So I'm going to equal average, the full word, if, open my parentheses. If is a real word, so it goes first. Department is equal to sales, just a comma, commissions. Average that. Hit enter, drag it down, great. And now we can play with ifs, so equals average, ifs, open my parentheses. Ifs is not a real word, so it goes last. Sum goes first. Commissions is what I want to sum, comma. Department is equal to sales, and month is equal to my reference. I'm going to lock my reference again with dollar signs around the J and around the 8. Then I'm going to close my parentheses, hit enter, drag it down. Now you have something really nice and easy to look at every month as these things change, so I can quickly see my commissions for sales last month is almost $1,000 lower than the average commissions that sales usually makes. So I'm wondering, did we sell less? Did we sell less products? Did we sell less customers? What's the mix? What's going on? Why is it less? And why is it significantly less for sales versus only $500 off for marketing and finance? Those are things I can quickly visualize here and then take action on. So that's my spiel on sum ifs and average ifs. If is a real word, it goes first. Ifs, not a real word, it goes last. I hope that helps.